na tayo sa fundamentals. So, ano po ba yung motions kay particles and sa mga bodies natin? So, una, meron tayong translation. So, di ba, from your statics, so pag sinabi nating translation, so yung force along the same axis, so pwede natin ilipat yung position. Pero pagdating kay dynamics, ang idea natin ng translation, ganun pa din naman, kumbaga, may force lang tayo acting upon the particle natin or sa bodies. Kumbaga, may tulak. So, yung motion natin is still translation. So, most of the motion natin dito is along the straight line. And then, kailangan any two particles or more particles, so kailangan parehas or parallel sila all throughout from the initial position nila or from the starting point. And then si rotation, so kung dito yung reference point natin, so either rotation about x-axis and about y-axis. So again, paikutin lang natin yan from the reference point natin. And then kapag plane motion naman, so this talks about the particles kapag nag-stretch from the reference point natin, kailangan we have with constant distance dun sa reference plane natin. So, mapabending man yan, stretching. So, pero in other cases, merong mga asymmetric o hindi pantay yung stretching ng particles natin. Pero, dito na lang tayo kay symmetrical at kay bending. So, saka na natin pag-usapan tong asymmetrical. Okay, so motion fundamentals. So, pagdating po kay rectilinear kinematics, so again, the particles are moving on a straight line motion. And we have to characterize that through given at any instant, at any given instant. So, kailangan masabi natin or ano ba yung parameters na kailangan nating tandaan. So, we have position, velocity, and acceleration. So, yun yung mga basics natin. So, dito muna tayo kay position. So, from the origin natin dun sa path, so, fixed point yan. So, kung ito ang origin natin, then after an instant, or say, after 1 second, lumipat ang particle natin, or yung motion ng particle natin is along the s-axis natin. So, s is the notations natin for the distance. So, along this position coordinate s natin, so, tinulak si particle or nagkaroon ng motion si particle. So, yung magnitude natin dito na distance is so usually measured in either meters or feet. And then yung sense of direction natin dito, so, kumbaga algebraic yung sign. Kapag yung motion is pakanan, so we have positive. And then, kapag pakaliwa, so we have negative. So, those are the directions of motion naman natin. Okay. So, from origin, papunta sa final position or sa position kung saan nag-stop yung particle natin after the motion. Then, si displacement, so displacement is the change in the particle's position. So, after the instant motion, so nandito na yung particle natin, and then after another second, nagkaroon ng motion ulit yung si particle. So, the displacement po is the change or yung distance natin from the point 1, ang kulit ng PPT. Okay, so from the point 1, papunta sa point 2 natin, or P prime, nakalagay dito. So, si displacement is actually, wait, nasan yung pen? So, yun, wait lang po. Okay. So, lagi po itong, ayun. So, reminder lang. So, you have to know the difference or you have to be reminded of the difference natin kay displacement. So, iba po siya kay total or sa distance natin. So, sa distance, so from the origin, say, from this, yung time natin dito, after 1 second, nandito si particle, and then after another second, nandito si particle. So, yung total distance natin from that another instant motion. So, meron tayong S, say, sabihin natin S prime, yung total travel length dito. So, si displacement is the delta S natin. And then, S prime is yung total length ng particles movement natin. So, ito, scalar quantity to. And then, kapag si displacement is, so kasi kailangan natin i-differentiate to for the velocity. Kasi, di ba, ang idea natin for computation ni speed at the velocity ay iisa. But then, for velocity, so, kino-consider natin yung direction ng movement natin or ng particle natin. Okay, so from this figure, so pwede nating sabihin na si S prime is equals to S plus yung displacement natin. Okay, so this is another arithmetic function natin. And then for velocity naman, so sabi dito, the velocity is the particle movement through the displacement during the time interval t. So kung so itong average, so i-disregard nyo muna to kasi iba yung velocity average natin. So 'di ba ang si speed is yung scalar quantity natin and then si velocity is a vector quantity. Pero ano po ba yung pinagkaiba? So si speed, so lagi natin sinasabi, speed is the distance over time, while si velocity is the displacement over time. So minsan coincidental na yung si displacement at si distance ay parehas. Kasi nakadepende sa motion since naka-rectilinear motion tayo or straight path lang. So those are the cases na pwedeng parehas si distance at si displacement. Pero paano po kapag or ano po ba yung cases na magkaiba yung distance and displacement natin? So kunyari may si point A natin dito. And then we have point B. So, yung distance natin kapag ang movement ng particles ay, say for example, pag ganito. Okay. So, curvilinear. So, this is yung total distance na traveled is this one. While si displacement is yung straight line or straight motion natin from point A to point B. Okay, so this is distance. Well, this straight line is yung displacement natin. Okay, so nagets po ba yun sa pinagkaiba? Okay, so punta tayo sa equations natin. So meron tayong tatlong cases for rectilinear motion. So this is under the translational motion. So case 1 natin is uniform yung motion or yung acceleration natin is equal to 0. So, ang makukuha lang natin dyan is distance is equals to velocity times time, or velocity is equals to distance over time. So, pwede nating paglaruan yan. So, depende sa hinihingi ng problem. And then for case 2, so this is non-uniform accelerated motion, or also called as variable acceleration. So, for variable acceleration natin, so kapag yung velocity natin or yung velocity ng particle natin during the interval time nung displacement natin. So, interval time is the displacement divided by the time interval or yung the average na natin. So, as yung time natin becomes smaller, so, or as it approaches 0, okay. So, gawin lang natin limit function to. Okay, so kapag, so in terms of limits, okay, so sabi natin, as the time natin or yung delta t natin becomes smaller, and then nag-approach yung limit natin sa 0. So, yung average velocity natin approaches the instantaneous velocity ng particle. So, velocity is equals to limit. So, delta t approaches to 0. So, yung displacement over change in time natin. Or, in other terms, so pwede natin gamitin is V is equals to ds over time. Or kung given yung position function natin, so velocity is the derivative ng position function natin. And then, si acceleration naman is the derivative ng velocity function natin. Or in other terms, so pwede nating sabihin na this is S, and then yung may dot sa taas. So, for this one. And then, kay acceleration naman, so, ganun ulit. So, as the average acceleration natin, or as the average acceleration ng particle during the time interval or change in velocity natin is divided by the time interval. And then, yun nga, as the time natin becomes smaller and it approaches the 0. So, yung average acceleration natin is pwede natin siyang or in other terms, instantaneous acceleration din. Okay? And then, for this one, so pwede hindi nyo na to tandaan. Kasi, ito ay, or pwedeng ang tandaan nyo na lang is equation 2 and 3 natin. So, this one is derived from equation 2 and 3 na kapag equal yung time natin, so pwede naman siyang mag-cancel. Okay? Clear po ba tayo doon? And then for the case 3 natin, uniform acceleration or uniform accelerated motion or constant yung accelerations natin. So, pwede nating i-derive yung mga functions na to or equations na to from the variable acceleration natin or from case 2 natin. So, paano po? So, kapag ginamit natin or okay, so from equation 2, dv is equals to a times dt. So, sabi nga natin, constant yung acceleration. And then, kung bibigyan natin ng definite integral or kung gagawin natin definite integral, so from initial velocity natin to certain velocity na hinihingi ng function, so pwede natin kunin. So, di ba, this is the upper limit and then lower limit. So, integral upper limit minus lower limit natin na initial velocity. Then, i-manipulate lang natin or ilipat lang natin to. So, this could be also the final velocity natin. And then, sabi nga natin, constant si A, and then upper limit and lower limit ng time function natin. So, diba, integral ni dt is, this is 1. Time t minus 0. So, cancel na lang to. Okay. And then, from equation 3 natin, so ds over dt, or ds equals to v dt. So, since nakuha naman natin yung function ng velocity natin, so yun na lang din ang i-substitute natin sa v natin dito. And then, for the derivative ng s natin, or yung derivative ng distance, okay, sorry, baliktad. Integral pala. Integral, since we're doing integration. Okay, so integration ng differential equations natin. Okay, so integral ni ds, so meron tayong s function. So, substitute ng velocity formula natin. So, v0 or initial velocity plus acceleration times time. And then we have the dt. Okay. And then for from the equation 4 naman natin, so v dv equals to acceleration times ds. So from upper limit ng certain velocity, okay, and then initial velocity as the lower limit ng definite integral natin. And then again, constant ang acceleration from times 0 to certain distance natin. So, perform the integration ng definite integral. So, makukuha natin ang formula for another formula natin for final velocity. Okay? Or velocity final squared is equals to initial velocity squared plus 2 times acceleration times distance. Okay? Then, for may other case tayo dito for free-falling body. So, dito yung initial velocity natin. So, siniro natin siya at the highest position. And then, yung acceleration natin, so, pinalitan lang natin siya for gravitational acceleration. And then, yung S natin is in terms of height. So, clear po ba tayo sa mga equations na gagamitin kay rectilinear motion? So, case 2 and case 3, so those are the equations na pwede natin gamitin kay curvilinear or as basis natin kay curvilinear. Okay, so magsagot tayo ng sample problem. So, pagdating kasi kay dynamics, so hindi naman siya ang tawag dito, formula-based. Formula-based lang siya and analysis. Kumbaga so magiging proficient kayo kay dynamics kapag more on problem solving, practice solving. Okay, so sample problem 1. So sabi dito, yung motion ng particle natin is defined by the relation x is equals to t cubed minus 60 squared minus 36t minus 40, wherein yung x and t natin are expressed in feet and in seconds natin respectively. So kunin daw natin yung kung kailan nag zero yung velocity natin and determine the velocity, acceleration, and total distance traveled kapag yung distance natin or yung x position natin is nasa zero. Okay. So in this types of problem, so yung equation natin or yung motion natin is naka equation form. So this one. Okay. So this equation, so we can call it also as position function. Okay, kung saan, again, yung given equation natin is, this describes yung position natin. Or position ng particle with respect sa time. So, i-rewrite lang natin tong position function natin. Okay, so position, okay, so ano po ang gagawin natin for this problems? Okay, so since given yung position function natin, so again, first derivative is the velocity function natin, and then second derivative is yung acceleration function. Okay, pero kapag ang given is si velocity, so integrate mo yung equation, makukuha mo si position, and then kapag first derivative, so makukuha mo si acceleration. Pero kapag, paano naman po kapag si acceleration ang given? So, integrate mo lang ng dalawang beses. So, unang integration, velocity. Second integration, position. Okay? So, maliwanag po ba tayo doon? Okay. So, sabi natin, position function is t cubed minus 60 squared minus 36t minus 40. So, meaning, first derivative, ang velocity natin is 3t squared minus 12t minus 36. And then for acceleration function, so we have a is equals to 6t minus 12. Okay. So for number 1, so hanapin daw natin when velocity is 0.
Okay.
Okay. So gamitin natin ang velocity function natin. So using the equation function, so gamitin natin ang calculators nyo, scientific calculator. Okay, and then punta kayo sa mode 5, mode equation, and then quadratic equation or polynomial second degree. Okay, and then input nyo si A, B, and C values natin. So, anong makukuha nyong roots? Wala sinulat. Okay. So again, using your calculators or kung okay, using the cycle, punta kayo sa mode 5 or mode equation. Then hanap for Casio, parang ano ba nakalagay doon? Polynomial second degree. Then kay Canon quadratic equation. Okay. Or kung walang hawak na calculator, so sige, i-manual computation natin to. So using the velocity function, so kunin natin ang roots or t variable natin. So i-zero natin si velocity. So 3t squared minus 12t minus 36. So divide mo siya sa 3. Yung kuha nating function is quadratic equation. So this is 60 minus 6. So dalawa ang makukuha nating roots. So meron tayong 6 at negative 2. Tama ba? Okay. Pero for this one, so ang kukunin lang natin is yung positive root. So ang kukunin lang natin is si positive 6. So meaning in 6 seconds, yung velocity ng particle natin is 0. Okay, so at t is equals 6, velocity is equals to 0. Okay, so for number 2 naman, so hanapin daw natin yung velocity, acceleration, and travel distance or distance traveled kapag yung x natin is at 0. So for this one, since yung given na hint natin is yung position or x is equals to 0, so i-compute muna natin yung time when yung position natin will be 0. Okay. So using the position function, so punta kayo ng mode 3, 5 again, pero for this one, so gamitin natin is the cubic equation or polynomial in third degree. So this is for velocity, and then this is for position function. Okay. But for position function, so dalawa ang makukuha nating roots. So t is equals to 10 at saka negative 2. But again, kailangan natin kunin yung positive root. So ang gamitin lang natin is si si positive 10. So now, i-substitute natin yung 10 dun sa velocity function natin. Since ang hinahanap natin is velocity. So, velocity function or stored value nyo na lang or diretsong computation na sa calculator. Okay, so we have 3 times 10 squared minus 12 times 10 minus 36. So, anong velocity natin ngayon? Okay, so palagay na lang ng sagot sa chat. Anong unit of measurement? Kakalimutan ang unit of measurement. So, have meter per second, meters ba at second ang nakalagay? Okay, feet per second. Tingnan ang problem. Okay, kapag nag-meter per second, minus 1 na agad sa compre. Minus 1 na agad sa board exam. Okay, so pagdating sa compre, so minsan ang choices para parehas ng unit, 144 lahat, A, B, C, D. Tapos, hindi tiningnan ang unit. So, tingnan ang unit of measurement natin sa problem. Okay, so for now, ang hanapin natin is the acceleration. So, do the same as the previous. So, nakuha naman natin yung time natin. So, si acceleration is just 6 times 10 minus 12. 60 minus 12, 48 feet per second squared. Tama ba? Okay. So, anong sunod? Total distance traveled. Okay, so ngayon, i-visualize natin kung ano ba yung movement ng particle. Okay, so from t is equals to 0 hanggang t10 natin. Kasi t10 is when yung position natin is at 0. Okay, so at t0, so kunin muna natin. So, ilagay natin sa position function. So, pag t is equals to 0, so, syempre, cancel na to. So, yung x natin is equals to negative 40. So, kung ilalagay natin sa sa s-axis natin, yun na, yung nag-diretso. Okay. So, imagine nyo na lang, diretso yan. Okay, so at t is equals to 0, so we have negative 40. And then, so ayun, after 10 seconds, yun nga, yung particle natin is hitting 0 velocity or 0 position. Then, after that, so, kunin naman natin kapag yung velocity natin is at 0. So, diba, that is when yung particle natin changes its direction. So, ilang seconds na ulit kapag yung velocity natin at 0? So, 6 seconds. Okay, so lagay natin yan sa velocity function natin. Okay, so t is equals to 6 So, ano ang position ng particle natin? So, 0 na yung velocity dito. So, makukuha natin is position vector. 3 times 6 squared minus 12 times 6 minus 36. So, ilan yun? Ay, sorry. Velocity function nga pala. Okay, sa position vector nga pala tayo. Position function. Baliktad. X is equals to 6 cube minus 6 times 6 squared. 36 times 6 minus 36 times 6 minus 40. Wait lang. Okay. Okay. So, I'm sorry po, ang daming advertisement. So, ongoing din po kasi ang training namin for quantity surveying. Ang dami namang ganap ng Saturday. Okay. Anyway, so ayun, negative 256. Okay, so sabi natin, so to the left, since negative. So sabihin natin, nandito si 256. So this is when yung time natin is equals to 6. So ano po ba yung motion ng particle natin dito? Since sabi nga natin, kapag nag-zero yung velocity, doon yung time na nag-change yung direction ng particle natin. So from 0, so pumunta si particle natin dito. And then, after 6 seconds, bumalik siya kay 0. Or at time 10, kung after time 10 seconds, bumalik sa 0 yung particle natin. Okay, so that is the actual movement ng particle. So now, sabi natin, total distance travel. Okay, so ano po ba yung distance? So from 0 to negative 40, so simply 40 meters tuloy. Okay, so 40 feet. And then from negative 40 to negative 256, meron tayong 216. So yung total distance is natin is equals to dalawang 216 since bumalik siya or nag-U-turn. So dalawang 216 plus 40 natin. So yung S is equals to 472 feet. Tama po ba? Total distance traveled. Okay, so kapag po ang tinanong ay displacement, since ang definition natin for displacement is the distance from the initial position papunta sa final position ng particle. So since this is the initial position natin, then this is the final position ng particle. So this is the displacement. Okay, so kapag ang tinanong is displacement, so this is just 40 feet. Okay, so clear po ba tayo doon? Nagets? Okay, so next problem. Okay, so a particle starting from the rest speeds up to 40 meters with a constant acceleration of 4 meters per second squared, runs at this speed for a time, and finally comes to rest with the acceleration of 5 meters per second squared. And then if the total distance traveled is 1,000 meters, so hanapin daw natin yung distance covered during the acceleration, find the distance traveled at the constant speed, and yung total travel time natin. Okay. So, ang gawin natin dito, segmental or by section. Then, illustrate muna pala natin. Illustrate din natin ang movement ng particle natin. So, from point A, or from initial position, so yung velocity natin is 0. Since from rest. Okay, velocity is equals to 0 meter per second at point A. Then, nag-speed up daw siya at 40 meters per second. So, from point A to point B, so velocity natin ngayon dito is 40 meter per second. Then, so we have a certain distance. So, straight line motion. So, we have S1 and T1. And then, sabi dyan, constant acceleration from point A to B. So, yung acceleration natin dito is, or A1 natin is 4 meter per second squared. And then, nag-travel daw siya at constant speed. So, meaning point B to point C. So, same speed tayo, 40 meter per second. Since this is a constant speed, so wala tayong acceleration dito. Tama ba? So, yung A2 natin is 0. Then, ilagay natin yung time and distance natin. So, we have notion T2 and S2. Pupunta kay point C. And then, next, ang sabi, it finally comes to rest with the deceleration of 5 meters per second squared. So, from point C to point D, so nag-decelerate na, meaning ang acceleration natin is a negative 5 meters per second squared. Okay, so pag deceleration, negative sign, then acceleration, positive sign. Okay. So for this one, ang velocity na natin is 0 as the final velocity. Okay, and then let's take the time 3 and S3 natin. And then from point A to point D, meron daw tayong 1,000 meters. Okay, so from point A to point D, so pwede natin sabihin na S1 plus S2 plus S3 is equals to 1,000. And then yung time naman natin, so total time is T1 plus T2 plus T3. So ang gagawin natin ngayon is segmental. Okay, so kunin natin si A to B, and then B to C, and then C to D. So for A to B natin, so anong gagamitin nating formula? So ano ba ang nasa given natin? May final velocity tayo, may initial velocity given si acceleration. So ang nawawala ay si time at si distance. Pero may formula tayo na ang pwede nating or given lahat, then makukuha natin si distance. So we can use equation, ilang equation yun? Equation 7. So equation 7 says v squared is equals to initial velocity squared plus 2 times acceleration times distance natin. Okay, so direct substitution na lang to. So v squared natin or final velocity. So meron tayong 40 meters squared. Meter per second. So 40 squared is equals to 0 squared plus 2 times 4 times S1 natin. Okay, so anong value ni S1? Okay, so S1 is 200 meters. Okay. So nasundan po ba ng iba? Baka tulog na. Okay, so nakuha na natin ang wala pa. Hindi pa tapos. Okay, so this one is for number 1 natin. So distance covered during the acceleration. Since point A to point B, yun lang naman ang may acceleration tayo, si particle, kasi from C to D, that is deceleration. Okay. So, basahin ang problem kung anong hinihingi. So, distance is 200 meters. So, yun na po ang final answer. Then, for now, kunin din natin yung time 1 natin. Okay. So, diba, this is equation 7. Then, from equation 5 natin, so pwede natin makuha yung time using the initial or the final initial velocities, and then given naman yung acceleration, pwede nating makuha yung time. So, v is equals to initial velocity plus acceleration times time.
Hindi pa tapos?
Hindi pa. Okay. So, 40 is equals to 0 plus 4 times T1. Hoy, ang tanong sa hindi pa tapos ay kung hindi pa daw tapos ang seminar namin. Kung hindi sa klase ha. Hindi pa sadya. Hanggang alas 5 pa tayo.
Bakit?
Galing naman makapick up ng background. Very good, very good.
Okay, ginag mo sa seminar.
Okay, ano ang sagot natin? 40 is equals 0 plus 4 times T1. Okay, so T1 natin is 10 seconds. Okay, so nakuha natin si S1 and T1. So punta naman tayo sa segment ng BC. Okay, for B to C. Okay, since yung motion natin dito, constant yung velocity niya. So, gamitin na lang natin is yung basic formula ng velocity natin. So, velocity is equals to displacement over time. So, velocity natin is 40 is equals to distance displacement. S2 over T2. So, may makukuha po ba tayo ditong value? So, dalawa yung nawawala. Wala naman tayong value for S2 or wala pa din tayong value for T2. So, iwan na lang muna natin yan. Okay, punta tayo kay segment CD. So, for segment CD, so, ang gagawin natin, since same approach lang kay AB, kasi same case, constant, although deceleration, yung given natin, acceleration pa din naman siya. Okay, kumbaga, nag-slow down na siya into rest. Okay, so same case ng constant acceleration from C to D. So, same approach tayo. Final velocity natin ngayon is 0 squared is equals to initial velocity natin na 40 squared plus 2 times negative 5 times S3. Anong makukuha nating value for S3? So, we have 160 meters. And then for time, so we have 0 is equals to 40 plus negative 5 okay. So, time 3 natin is 8 seconds. Okay, so paano natin kukunin si S2? Since may given tayo na relation, S1 plus S2 plus S3 is 1,000. So, nakuha natin si S2, si S1 and si S3. So, gamitin na lang natin yung relationship na. So, S2 is equals to 1,000 minus 200 plus 160. Or minus 200 minus 160 Ilan to? 1,000 minus 360, 640. 640 meters. And then for time function naman natin, so nakuha na natin si S2, makukuha na natin si time 2. So 640 over 40. So time 2 is 640 over 40. Okay. So we have 16 seconds. Okay. So anong total travel time natin? So we have 10 seconds kay T1. And then T2 natin is 16 plus 8 seconds. 26 plus 8, 34. Okay. So, nasundan po ba ang sample problem 2 natin? Okay. So, kaya pa? Na-absorb ba? So, before tayo mag-proceed, okay. So, kaya naman magsagot. So, sample problem 3. Then, let's take a short break. Sige, balik tayo ng 4:20.